Hello everyone, welcome to week 6. What we're going to do now is we're going to develop an Angular application or single page application. For that we need two things. First we need Node and NPM. Node is the runtime for JavaScript and Angular is a JavaScript based service framework, and then we need WebStorm. WebStorm is one of the IDEs that we are going to use for our tutorial. Okay, now I have downloaded Node, so go to Node and download the version that your operating system is. Check if it is 32 or 64 and download the appropriate version. Download WebStorm appropriate version and then start installing Node. Okay, make sure you download Node long-term support. Make sure you download LTS or long-term support Node version. This is because it will be bug free. Current may not have a few bugs, so you cannot guarantee if the current version is bug free. So here we began downloading WebStorm and downloading Node, and we began the installation process as well. So we also have our Node being downloaded and WebStorm being downloaded. Along with Node, you will also get NPM, which is the Node package manager. You can use NPM to install libraries, and we would definitely need it in order to install our Angular libraries and Angular command line interface. So we will wait until our Node and WebStorm installation finishes. Okay, now we are done with our npm installation. What we'll do now is we will open up our git bash, and for that we need to download git bash. We will download git bash. If you want, you can fast forward this video to the point where we have installed everything, but do make sure you install all the right applications, because that is what we're going to refer to when we move ahead. Okay, now we open up our git bash. Okay, so we check where we are right now. Okay, so now what we do is we install. First we create a folder. Okay, now what we do is we install Angular CLI. First we check whether we have our node installed, so that is using node --v. Yep, so we have our node installed. Let's check if we have npm installed. Okay, in your normal shell. So let's open up cmd, usual command prompt, and check for npm --v. Okay, so we have our npm installed as well. So now we move on to install our Let me just move to our folder and install npm angular CLI. We do that using npm install. Okay, so G here is a global indicator. So once we have this G, the package would be installed globally, not just specific to your folder. What now it would do is it would fetch the Angular CLI from the Angular content, Angular website. Okay. Meanwhile, we would create a new folder named week 6 exe student in WebStorm. So we'll launch WebStorm. Okay, so the installation is complete. Waiting for WebStorm. Okay, so we have a WebStorm running. Really nice looking start screen there. Always a fan of dark mode, so skip and set defaults. Okay, so right now I will just use the trial version. So we create a new folder and a new project. Empty project, and we'll name it week 6 exe student. Okay, now we click terminal. It would open up a new local terminal for us. So one of the advantages that we have with WebStorm is it gives you a terminal right next to our development and IDE so that we can have a look at what we are doing. Okay, now we create a new project. In order to create a new project, we use the command ng new project name. Here we have Pokemon as our name of the project. So ng is our usual Angular command, and new identifies that we are creating a new project. So we'll hit that. And once you do that, it will ask you a few questions. Okay, like would you like to add Angular routing? So you just type Y, press enter, and select SCSS. Okay, now that we have created a template project, let's look at what the project or the template looks like. The template has the following folders. It has the E2E, node modules, and the SRC. SRC stands for source, and node modules has all the libraries that are required for your application. Then under the SRC, we have app, assets, and environments folder. The app folder has our actual code, whereas the assets has images and videos and any asset that you use in your application. Then comes the environments. This environment folder consists code for different environments. Now another important aspect or important part of our application is package.json. This package.json is important, as if I give my application to you, it should be easier for you to install all the libraries. So all the libraries that you need or you require for this application are stored under or recorded under package.json. Now let's look at our Angular version. So I'll use the command ng double hyphen version. So ng here determines Angular. So as you can see, I am on the following version of Angular, as you can see on my screen right now. So now what we would do is we would run a few npm commands, and that is to ensure that we have all the libraries. If this is an edge case where we sometimes miss out on a few libraries, so let's run npm install. So as you can see, our libraries are up to date and we've found 0 vulnerabilities. And if you have an package JSON already with you and you want to update your libraries, you just use npm update. Okay, so all our libraries are updated. Now, next we'll try to run our project and check if it runs properly. So we'll do that by using the command ngserve or npm start. Another functionality or feature that npm gives us is it gives us scripts. So whatever we do npm and then we use the script name, it would go to this script section of your package JSON and run the commands under that particular script. So for example, right now if we want to test our application, we want to run the command ngserve. But if we just do npm start, we can run multiple such commands under the start and we can run it. Okay, so cd Pokemon. Okay, so we went into the Pokemon. Our error said that we cannot find a package JSON file. So I know that I need to go into my folder and now I need to run the same command. So as you can see, it is running the command ngserve. Let's give it a few minutes or a few seconds so that it hosts our application on our local host. It might take a while if you're starting your project for the first time, but once you've got your project running, it would be instant. It is compiling all the resources that are required. Okay, so as you can see now, our application is starting on a local host, and as the message says, the development server is up on localhost 4200. So now let's go to localhost, and as you can see now here, we have a demo application up and running. So this is the Pokemon app that template app that we just created. Now we can see that we have created our template application and we could run it. Now we could see how we can put our own code in the template. So as it suggests, the documentation suggests we need to create 4 folders inside our app. Okay, these folders would be data, model, Poke API, and service. Just ignore the Pokemon CRUD folder for now. Okay, we'll come back to that later. So the data folder consists of our database. All right, so just let me open this up. As you can see, what we are using here is an in-memory database, or we are not connecting to an database right now. We are using this JSON as our data store, and then we would be serving our content based on this data. So then, similar to the MVC architecture that we looked into our labs, we have our model here, and under our model we would add our model. Okay, so then there is the API, as you know, is application programming interfaces. This API would help us serve the actual Pokemon content. Okay, this Poke API consists of content from the external files. All right, so let's create 3 TypeScript files, which is the Poke data service under data. All right, and then Pokemon.ts under our model, and then the service. Okay, what you need to do is you need to copy the content which is given in the file. Okay, so let's look at these content one at a time. So this is our model. This is similar to a Pojo or a plain old Java object, just that it is in JavaScript. Okay, so it has an ID of the format in the format number, then there is a name as string and power as string. Okay, so then under service we have created a data service. Okay, the code is given for you. So this is the Pokemon data service. So what we are doing here is we are creating an in-memory API. Okay, or in-memory, we are using an in-memory database, and we would be dealing with the database using this folder. Okay, or using this file. So this is the CRUD, or the create, read, update, and delete. We've defined the CRUD operations in this file. Okay, so as you can see here, we have the get Pokemons, where we can get all the Pokemon that we have, then deleting a particular Pokemon, then adding a Pokemon, and updating a particular Pokemon value. So now we've given the data for all the content of the data service file. Need to go to that URL and just copy that content. Now let's create the Pokemon CRUD function. I have this right now, but you might not have it on your computer, or you don't have it on in your project right now. So let's type create our CRUD component function using, I'll just stop this for now. Yes, and we'll use the command ng gc Pokemon CRUD. Okay, as I already have it. Okay, I'll recreate. Okay, it says that it already exists. So let me just try Pokemon CRUD 2. Okay, I'll rename it to Pokemon CRUD Test. Okay, and if we can see here, it has created a Pokemon CRUD test function. Okay, this function has an HTML component. This HTML component is a view, and this component but SCSS is our SCSS file. So this SAS is an CSS based library. What happens with your SCSS code is when you build your Angular application, before you run your application builds, and when it is building, SAS is converted into CSS, and then we have the TypeScript files. These files would be converted into JavaScript files, and then it would be run. So you would be getting these four files: the component spec.ts, SCSS file, and the HTML. What you need to do is you need to copy the content, okay, as given to you. All right. Now, next, let's ensure that our project structure meets our requirement. Okay. So just ignoring Pokemon CRUD test for now. Let's see whether our application structure matches our content. All right, as per point number 16. So here, as we can see, our Pokemon app and its structure is exactly the same. Now, we need to copy the TypeScript file content for component and the HTML content. Once we have that, we need to copy the content given in point number 21 into our src and app. Okay, and then we need to go to the file app.component.ts. So this file, okay, you need to copy this content from given to you on point number 22. All right. Now, if you go to point number 20, 21, 22, you see app routing module. This module is responsible for routing of your entire application. So if you see the path Pokemons, or the default Pokemon path, gives you the Pokemon list component. So this component is defined here, has its constructor, and then it gets the Pokemon from the model, and then we have all the requirements. Okay, then here ng on init is similar to your constructor, not exactly constructor but somewhat similar. You can consider it as constructor for now. And here CRUD app, and component which is in for the path CRUD app, and the Pokemon ID. This would be much more clearer to you once we run this project. So now we copy all our content into our package JSON. Okay, as per point number 24. Once we have that, we switch back to our app.module.ts. Okay, you can see that all our errors should now disappear. Right, as I have copied the content beforehand to prevent time wasting. So I have all the content right now, and I will run the command npm install. Okay, so now as you can see, all our missing dependencies have now been installed, and now what we need to do is we need to follow point number 26 and 27, where we are copying, where we are trying to use imports in order to resolve the form group error. Okay, once you have that, what we're going to do is we're going to use our commands npm start or ngserve. Okay, as you can see now, our project is running on localhost 4000. Okay, as you can see, we have our Pokemon application up and running. It is known as a single page application because you can see all the content is on the same page. Okay, we are not redirecting at all. So if you see CRUD app and if you see our routing module, so when we go to CRUD app or 4200 slash CRUD app, we go to the Pokemon CRUD component, which looks like this. Okay, so the CRUD component is defined here. The view for the CRUD component is defined in this HTML page. Okay, and the code or the backend for front end is here. Now, if we go to the Poke API, we use the extension, or in the URL, as you can see, there is Pokemons. So here we would go back to our routing module, and here we are serving the Pokemon list component. This is how routing happen, or this is how we route the user in Angular. So this is our Poke API that we have picked up from pokeapi.co website. All right. So now we need to create two components. So let's create Pokemon list and Pokemon detail. So I'll just use this, terminate for now, ngdc, and we need to use Pokemon list. I just terminate it for now because I have an error spelling mistake here. So Pokemon list. So we have our Pokemon list component, and the next component that we need is Pokemon detail. So we have Pokemon detail here. So we have created these components. here we have okay, now we have created our application. We have added the components for list and CRUD, and we have added the code to app routes as given in the points in our documentation, point 34 and 33. Okay, and once we've added all the code, what we're going to do is we're going to run our application, which I have already ran it. So now let's go to localhost 4200, and here we have our app running. Here we have our CRUD app and Poke API, as again you can see serving on CRUD API path, and Pokemon path is our list component and CRUD component. Okay, then again we have a detail component where we have where it is served on Pokemon and its ID. You see Pokemon and the ID 1. We have all the component, all the data which has been pulled from Poke API .co/API and the content, okay, from this website. So this was our tutorial for week 6. Now you can try this, and if you have any issues, let us know. Thank you very much for bearing with us.